Hello, this is Marcia and coming to you from sunny Florida here on our Sunshine Homemaker channel. Today we are going to turn this piece of furniture into a garden raised bed. So it has a drawer in the front. It's made out of wood, and we're going to show you from start to finish. So you're going to need tile, you'll need hardy board, which is this piece right here, cement board, whatever you want to call it, your drills, electric drills, and mark out your spot. So we're using the drawer underneath of it as a guide. So I'm in the AC inside the house, so I'll be talking to my husband through the window and asking him questions or letting him know what I need to do. So let me set the camera back down and steady it so you get to watch this whole thing from start to finish. So you can see the drill bit he's using there on the end piece to get started so that he can get his saw blade in. So he's just making the circle. You want to get the drawer out first? So I just reminded him to take the drawer out so he doesn't accidentally cut a hole in it. So the drawer is going to be the box that we'll be using to plant the plants in. So this is a fun, cool project. So this is what you call upcycling and recycling. This was actually made in Mexico, and someone brought it over, and we found it at a garage sale, and one leg was just a wee bit shorter than the other one, so I always had to put something underneath the bottom to level it off. So when we get this put into place, which is going to be up against the house in front of my office craft room window, and then the flowers and herbs and what have you that attract butterflies and bees and hummingbirds will be there. And then I can be sitting there at my table crafting and be able to enjoy all the nature that will be coming. I'm going to have a little water source, so it's going to be awesome. So to protect the top of the wood, that's why we're putting the hardy board and the tile. So he's made outdoor water stations for customers who live on farms, and that's what he did. So it worked out perfect, and they actually had a working sink so that they had water outside where they could clean their hands. And so this is a step-by-step how-to tutorial. So just sit back and relax, enjoy, get your favorite beverage, whatever it is. And if you have a piece of old furniture that you're not using anymore that would make a perfect raised bed garden, then you'll know now what to do and how to do it. So we used the drawer space as a template to know how far in we needed to come so that he doesn't go too far out and cut into the outside pieces of the construction of the furniture piece. So this is like, what do you call these? Like a sofa, table? I don't know what the actual terminology was for these things, but anywho, I was using it in my foyer, and I'm trying to downsize and get as I'm not minimalist, but I just like to have the least amount of things. So this was just like an extra piece and just another place to put stuff and dust and clutter and all that kind of thing. So here comes the noise. Alright, he's getting his saw ready. He has to plug it in first. That would be good to get it to go. Getting his safety goggles on. Always wear safety goggles. Here we go. So I don't know if he's going to have that one piece, if it's going to come out as a solid piece. That'd be great. I'll figure out what to use that for. Just getting it lined up so it cuts it on the right line. So this is the first time that he's cut one of our pieces of furniture. So this is going to be an interesting to see the outcome. So you're going to be as surprised or as happy as we will be. He's coming up on that hole that he cut so that he knows where to stop. Good, looking good, looking good. Okay, he's doing the back cut, back side of it. And this was a heavy piece of furniture, let me tell you. I moved it out there myself, but we have tile floors, so I drugged it the whole way. We only have a few videos on our channel because we're so busy doing other things. I have another channel, Markets of Sunshine, so I post a video there every day. But the garden is what we do together, so I have to wait for his schedule and mine to coordinate. And so today is a good day without rain. That's another problem we've been running into. It's been raining every day here in Florida. We have a tropical storm in the Gulf, so wasn't sure what that was going to bring us, but so far we got sunshine, and so we're taking advantage of it. But if you go back and watch our boat raised bed garden video, that one is really fun and cool. Shows you another way to think outside the box when you're doing your gardening. So I will be putting herbs in this as well as flowers. If I can find any in the local nurseries, I like to shop at our local nursery in DeBerry. And you have to plug it in. Okay, he knows that. So whatever this saw is called, I don't know the names of all my saws. So you professionals will know. He's a master cabinet maker, so he knows wood. He knows his way around. He does remodeling for a living, so he repairs and makes and builds things for people all the time. He made a wine rack for a friend. Turned out beautiful. It's on his Facebook page too, so if you go over to our Facebook page, M&R Trim Works, you'll see the wine rack that he did. And then he built me a wood letter planter for our anniversary. And I'm going to be planting succulents in it, so I'll show you that pretty soon. few cuts to get that piece to drop down in there now. There we go. It's loosening up. There we go. Still hanging on to something. Okay, this other end. Sure you keep the hand out of the way. I wish I could have shown you. Our neighbor found a 6-foot rattlesnake. Woohoo! There it goes. In our backyard, and our neighbor on our back of our property has chickens. So we were having a rat problem. And I was wondering, because I feed birds and squirrels, and we're a certified wildlife backyard habitat. And I hadn't seen the rats coming to eat. And I said, what happened to all the rats? I thought the hawk had gotten them. And lo and behold, it was the rattlesnake. So the neighbor caught him chomping on a squirrel today. That'd be a nice piece for something. I'm thinking a shelf or something. Okay. There is step 1 done. Look at that. Beautiful. Turned out very nice. Excellent. So there's a frame in there that the drawer sits on. I thought it was a solid piece, but it's not. Which is good, because we're going to put drain holes. Let me take off my headphones. In the drawer, and then that's the part we're still trying to figure out, because it's not pressure treated wood, so it's been stained, but we're thinking we're going to put the plastic ground cover, weed blocker plastic in there, because that's what you use when you make those succulent wood planters.
I gotta get a C-clamp, okay?
Alright, so he needs his C-clamp, so hang loose there with me for a while he goes to get that. It's just right across the yard where his shed is. So, what would you use to line the wood box? And then we're going to drill holes. So if you've done this before, then list in the comments for me what you have done. What did you use to line the wood planter box with? Like I said, let me see if I can move the camera here for you and I can show you. Okay, right there. You see the orange? Okay, that's as far as I can go. Plant. Okay, that is sitting on my succulent planter. You can't really tell, but anyways, the plastic, we used just a, I don't know if he used a black plastic trash bag. He's got the heavy duty one, or if it was the ground cover material, one of the two, but anyway. And then the succulents you see there to the right will be going in there. And then, which you can't see now because he's got it covered up with stuff, but anyway, there's moss, sphagnum moss, not to be confused with sphagnum peat moss, which is what the nursery sold us, the little stinkers. I told her I was going to use it for a succulent planter, but oh, she didn't bother to tell me that. Anyway, we could use it. We used it for our roses, but anywho. So you want sphagnum green moss for succulents and terrariums. So specify that for terrariums. And then I need more varieties of succulents. I have the one you can see behind the other succulent. I don't know what these are all called. And I think that one was like a banana leaf one or something. I don't know. And then the normal ones you see in the thing here. And then I have this one here. And where's the other one? No, that's the other one that was over there. Okay. So I would like to get a jade. I love jade. And then the flower, the ones that look like the flowers, but they don't get deep roots. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But okay, so we're waiting on him. Step 1 was to cut out the center of the table. Step 2 is to, which I'm assuming he's going to use this wood piece that he just cut out, which is going to be interesting to see how he goes about this, because he has his own method. So he'll line up that hardy board on there, and then I don't know if he's going to draw underneath with the pencil or use this piece of wood over here and draw it on top, so we'll see. So sorry about this, but, oh, excuse me. See, this is what you need to think through. So this is good that this is happening, because this shows you, and he thought he had everything he needed, but he obviously forgot the seat lamps. So that you can hold the piece into place, because I can't get out there and help him. I can't tolerate heat, so I am not a heat tolerant plant. Here he comes, okay. He found some. Good job. Okay, is this piece, so, okay, was it, no, it's not. I thought it was, and this is 1/4 inch, by the way, of that cement board, hardy board, whatever it's called. He had 1/2 inch, but that was too thick, because we're going to be putting the tile on top of it, and then he still has to move this thing, so, but there was just no reason to have the 1/2 inch. Okay, so, alright, so first he's going to cut it. Alright, I see what he's doing. Okay, so first he's cutting the excess off, and then he'll just work from the small piece. Oh, okay, so he's drawing it from the inside. Alright, so he's tracing out the opening underneath of it now, so then he will flip it around, and he will be able to, okay, so you can see his hands are inside the box. Okay. Now, flip it around and get out the handy dandy saw again. And we'll see which saw he uses. Oh, okay, yes, I can see the pencil lines. See? Can you see the pencil lines? Yep, I can see the pencil lines perfectly. Okay, now, step 2. Okay, that's the, I guess that's the 1/2 inch. Oh no, he's using that as a, just to be able to draw that. Okay, so now I've got some other kind of little handy dandy tool. So you see what that is? I don't know what that's called either. But I will find out from him, and then I will put it in the description box below. Okay, so he's adjusting this saw. And he has a fan on out there to blow the dust away from him. And boy, is that stuff dusty. My goodness. My poor plants are gonna not be happy with that. Got the corn a little bit close there, babe. So it's good when you have all the tools you need. So whatever this type of a saw is called, I'll have that for you. Sharp, very sharp. Not to be used without supervision and knowing what you're doing. See if there was a name I could see, but there's not a name. Okay. He's moving. I keep trying to move around him so that you can see. Okay, so now he has to cut that center piece that he's drawn on there. So again, I'm assuming he's going to use the noisy saw. Okay, so now he's going to get his mask. So you definitely want to use your N95 mask, dust mask for this. Safety first, whenever you're doing anything to do with construction. Stay hydrated in this heat. Wear your safety goggles, your safety mask, and then if needed, some heavy-duty gloves. Alright, he had to go get another piece of equipment, his mask, that he forgot. And those are not easy to come by. But he has accounts at the local hardware stores, and then of course we've made masks. And I sell those in my Etsy shop. So now you can see him with his little mask on. Ready to go. Here we go again. Alrighty dighty. Definitely do not want to cut this without wearing a mask. So please do not try this at home unless you use the proper equipment. It's opening up the screen on the gazebo to give him some more ventilation. Get the dust out of the, I guess the screen is preventing the dust from going out as good. Open up the other side. Okay. Alright, back to the cutting. Getting the table closer to the... He wants it closer to the fan. You can see we got the fan here blowing on it. And it's a very windy day, so the wind is blowing the dust back in on him. I mean, look at the amount of dust that blows off of this thing. So this is, like I said, either some kind of cement board or something, but man. And he has to use this type of materials when he remodels bathrooms. Oh my word. But he's very careful and he always uses the right equipment. So he never does this without a mask. I always double check when he was looking for the opening of the table, so making sure he wasn't going to be hitting the wood. Two more spots on this end and then he'll have that cut. As long as we don't lose any fingers, I'm going to be fine. Me and the sight of blood do not mix. Okay, looks like we got that part. Okay. There we go. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. So there's that cut open now. Okay, now he's going to use, I think he told me 1.5 inch screws to attach that. Okay, so he's going to be getting, now, let me guess, he's going to have to go get the screws. There you see the opening of the table with that cement board now cut right to fit snug as a bug in there, and we just have that little smidgen what, about 2 inches there on the edge, 1.5 inches. Looking good, looking good. Okay. Now the drill, and yep, just as I suspected. Now another trip. That's why I love him. Okay, so looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think so. I am giving it a thumbs up, 5 stars. Super excited. Just cannot wait to see this in front of my office window, filled with beautiful flowers. I have my very first raised bed garden box made out of a piece of furniture, upcycled. I'm so excited. To the back of it, you can see nice solid piece. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I just thought about that. Okay, so the 2 cross pieces here on the bottom, we can take that piece of wood that he cut out of the upper center, and we can put some cross pieces across there and put it on top of there, and then I can use that as well. Of course, now with the water drainage, but we'll tile that as well. So that'll be another video. Whoo-hoo, I just thought about that. Excellent. So then I can put bowls of water down there and attract the birds and bees and things like that, butterflies. And so I'll have one bowl with water, one bowl with food. So, okay. So I think we're going to wind it up here, and I'll come back and do part 2 when we get this screwed into place, and then when we're getting ready to put on the tile. So stay tuned for part 2.